welcome back to Send Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about the altcoin daily update. On my previous Litecoin just a moment ago, I couldn't, you guys say you couldn't hear me, so please let me know if you can hear me so I can continue the streaming, right? So let's see who's there. All right, so I just did the sound check, so hopefully it's gonna be going to be good, right? So the first coin we're gonna talk about is ADA BTC Binance. When you take a look at ADA BTC, pretty nice setup, right? If you've been following my setup for ADA, I was pretty bullish back in February, right? So you can see ADA, we made a big run up to the upside, hit our target perfectly at the 1897. I think price went up like to 1944, but 1897 was our target, just about this area. So what I'm expecting from ADA, a slight pullback, just about 1550 to 1590, which is roughly about 0.382, right? It is pretty aggressive to a target 382, but since the market is bullish, let's see how ADA going to be handling 382, right? We already retested just about like a 50%, right, retracement. So but I'm expecting ADA at least to retest 382, if not this 50% retracement, right? So after that, I'm going to update the price. So and then you take a look at the R side, it is making a U-turn. It is a nice U-turn, right? So it's not even a divergence, so which is pretty weird for the moment, right? So you see the R side, it's not making any divergence, so I'm expecting like the R side to get to this area and make some correction before another move to the upside, unless BTC decide to go above like 6100, and then ADA all of a sudden gonna follow through, right? So next coin we're going to talk about is XLM. XLM BTC on Binance. You take a look at XLM, a beautiful flag, right? So it is very beautiful, man. Like this flag is the same flag ICX is making right now. We're going to talk about ICX, right? So same exact flag, a nice double bottom, not a double bottom, but a nice support just about this area of 50 EMA. Also is following the price. So and also like another coin that just made this same flag is Ethereum Classic, same flag. All of a sudden we saw like a 20% move to the upside. So keep an eye on XLM just for at least for the short term, right? I'm looking for another big move to the upside. So if you remember well, I've been covering XLM since price action was just about this area later, let's say later February, right? Early February, late February. So and then we went up like almost, let's see, we went up like 40% to the upside. It's not even much, but a nice pullback, almost like a 0.618. let's see, exactly at 0.618. so XLM is pretty bullish, man. 0.618 most of the time, like this coin coming back to 0.618 after a big run up to the upside, you can expect at least a retest of this previous high, just about this area, right? So it is pretty bullish. So let me know if you can hear me, right? So because I started the streaming just about like 5 minutes, so let me know if you can hear at least for the short term. Next coin I'm going to talk about is XRP. Let's go to XRP BTC Binance. So you take a look at XRP, right? A beautiful left and right shoulder, a falling wedge, right? So what I'm expecting from XRP, as I was saying on my previous altcoin, right, date update, I'm expecting a double bottom, right? So a possible break price gonna break this previous low and another move to the upside. The reason I'm thinking like we're gonna break it because I'm looking for a divergence. If XRP wants to make a reversal, it has to have a divergence just about this area, right? So the outside most likely going to come back down, but it's going to get stopped, and then we're going to be facing up and price going to be facing down, at least for the short term. I could be anticipating this type of move, at least for the short term, right? So but I'm going to update XRP very shortly as soon as we get some type of a reversal pattern, right? Because what I'm looking for XRP to do is very big. But I'm going to update XRP. So at least for the short term, right? Right, thank you, Matthew. Let's see. Next coin we're going to talk about is Nano. Nano is pretty bullish, right? Nano is pretty bullish. All right. So you take a look at Nano, right? If you've been following me like the whole month of at least March and February, you know how bullish I was, about Nano, right? We finally got a nice breakout, but I'm still not satisfied with this breakout, right? Because you take a look at it, right? I think this breakout can at least, thank you, Royal Computer. Yeah, sorry for the delay, right? Because I thought like the audio was correct. I didn't do any audio check. So you check the you can see this beautiful flag, big support, just like not ICX but XLM is doing, right? So a push to the upside, right? A double top. So let's see how Nano going to be able to handle this double top. So we got a slight divergence, but it's not a divergence because it is a divergence, but the R side is not oversold. So the second retest is not like completely like overbought, right? You can expect it to get just about this area of 76, just like the rest of the crypto. So I think like a divergence on like 70, let's see, 74 and what 66 is it's nothing, man. It's irrelevant, right? So I wouldn't be counting this as a divergence. So let's just wait and see how Nano gonna be correcting, at least for the short term, or at least like price can keep going up. But I don't see like Nano coming back down to this area, at least for the short term, to these areas. So, but I'm looking for a slight pullback. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Let's go 4-hour time frame. Let's see another time frame, which is 45 minutes, right? Yeah, on the 45 minutes time frame, right? I'm looking for a slight pullback to a 0.618, just about this wave, right? I'm looking for Nano coming back down just about like 29,000 sats, hopefully, right? So we're getting a big support from like 3045, just about this area of a 382. So we could come back down to 0.618 on a lower time frame, which is pretty normal. All crypto come back down to 0.618. So a 0.618 just gonna be 2914, basically 29,000 sats. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin is doing something very strange. It's not going up with BTC for some reason, and I don't think that's something normal. So you take a look at Litecoin, right? On the daily time frame, that's the first time we got like I don't know, last time we got a back-to-back, bearish momentum after a retest. That was just about this area of first week of January, right? That's the first time we got we got one just about late mid-March, right? So we're doing the same thing back-to-back basically. After a retest, a double bearish candle. So, but at the same time, Litecoin been on a divergence for like let's see, first week of February to first week of March. So that's like almost 60 days of divergence, more than 60 days. Like I said, like when Litecoin was just about this area, I said Litecoin gonna get at least a 30 to 45 days divergence, just like Tron, right? So we could expect some slight pullback from Litecoin and get a support from this area of 50 MA. So the 50 MA gonna be moving very fast, man. very fast. Let's see. So what I'm looking for Litecoin to do is, get a support from this 50 EMA, right? You see, last time we got a support from 50 EMA, we pushed to the upside. So let's see if we can get a support from this 50 EMA. If not, the 100 EMA gonna be acting as another support, right? So by that time, the R side can come back down to this area of neutrality and get more strength, right? And then we can move to the upside, right? So because I still think like Litecoin can go back to May high. So but it is pretty aggressive right now, because we already make a nice curve. You take a look at it, right? This beautiful curve is completed, right? It is pretty much completed. So you can expect like a nice, pullback just about this area, and a stronger move to the upside if BTC decide to keep going like to 6,500 and so. But the whole market gonna retest this area, right? The whole market gonna retest this area of May high. Like I said, man, I said this like since February, man. I mean, not even February, January, man. So I think first we're gonna retest October, right? And then we're gonna retest just about July, and then retest May. So Litecoin, the first coin to get back to May high. So you can expect the whole market to retest, at least May high, right? Because you gotta think about it, right? On May we got like a big run up, right? From last year, like a late April to like first week of May, we got a big run up, and then we started the downtrend since then. And then the whole market most likely going to retest this area before we restructure, where we're going next, right? So because we're not going to keep going forever, right? So you got to remember that we're not going to keep going forever. We're going to get some bearishness, at least for the short term, right? MCO coin. All right, next coin we're going to talk about is NEO. Okay, Royal. NEO BTC. All right, you take a look at NEO, right? NEO hasn't been doing much versus BTC this whole year, but the dollar value of NEO is almost like 70% up this year, right? So which is pretty good. So which means like it's not extremely bearish versus BTC, but it's not extremely bullish. It is extremely bullish versus the dollar, right? So you take a look at NEO, right? We got a big support from this area 50 EMA. What I'm expecting from NEO is not much, right? Just a easy 1-to-1 extension, man. I think NEO can make this 1-to-1 extension. So a 1-to-1 extension just about this area. So it is pretty aggressive, but I think NEO can hit just about it. Let's see. That's just like September high. It's not like even going back to October high and like a May high, right? Because if NEO decides to go like to May high, you would be looking at like NEO at least like $50, right? Just like Litecoin, right? So let's see May high. May high was just about this area, right? So June. So NEO is really lagging behind, man, compared to Litecoin, man. It is really lagging behind. So let's see. So you would be looking at NEO like 300x versus BTC, right? So the current price of NEO is just about like $13, right? Another 300% move to the upside, you would be looking at $45 to like $50, which is pretty much like what NEO did like the last bull run, right? Which was like a 1/4 of Litecoin, right? So I mean, which is like less than 3/4 of Litecoin, right? So all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at ICX. ICX BTC. We're going to take a look at Verge, man. Verge is going crazy. Like I told you guys, the private coin, they're going to be doing great. So let's take a look at ICX, right? I talked about ICX on my previous live stream, and I said like ICX going to retest going to be retesting this area of 50 EMA, right? it is coming back to retest it, but we're gonna see how, you know, how strong this 50 EMA is going to be holding, right? A nice, you know, flag, just like Ethereum Classic, right? So a retest of the 50 EMA gonna show us how strong ICX is, right? So XLM is making the same move. Like I said, if you missed the first 10 minutes of the live stream, XLM and ICX and ZILLIQA, they got the same pattern, right? So I'm gonna write it on the screen so you can see it. ZILLIQA, right? XLM, right? And then you got ICX, right? They got the same pattern. They're all making the same bull flag just about this area, right? So keep an eye on these three coins, right? I'm not sure if they're gonna move, break out at the same time, or they're gonna break out like at different times, but they got the same pattern. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look at a WANCHAIN. All right, take a look at WANCHAIN, right? WANCHAIN and ICX, I said it previously, right? I keep saying it. They got the same pattern, right? So WANCHAIN is struggling just about this area of 50 EMA. You know, a big support from the area of 100 EMA, but you know, price couldn't be handled by this area of this trend line of 100 EMA. So now we're moving below this area of 50 EMA, right? So we're gonna see how strong WANCHAIN want to hold just about this area of next support on our side. So we're almost there. So it's not like much WANCHAIN can do just to retest this area of the trend line and see how strong it is going to be. So a possible breakout to the upside, just like not ICX, but like Ethereum Classic ETC is very possible. So because I don't think like WANCHAIN gonna continue to go bearish. Let's see, it just pulled back to like 0.786, right? Let's see, almost at 0.786. So it's a good thing, right? So it's a good thing. We pulled back to a 0.786, so it's going to be a lot of buying, right? Most people who sold just about this area after 76% to the upside going to be buying just about this area. So you can expect like a lot of buying pressure, so at least for the short term. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Monero. Hey guys, remember this is a altcoin daily update, so I couldn't make I couldn't record a video, so I just decided to go live, right? So you take a look at Monero, right? If you've been following me, you know how bullish I'm on Monero. So I keep saying it. The privacy coins, they're gonna do well this spring, right? They're gonna be doing well, man. So a nice crossover, right? A nice crossover. Another big support, right? So we pushed to the upside, coming back, retested. So this move, I wasn't expecting like Monero to go back bearish, but Monero, I don't know, man. It is making a nice accumulation move, but it is not making a flag like the rest of the crypto. Maybe it's something big is coming, right? So I was expecting a flag, not a retest of this area, right? It's not bad, but a flag is more. You would be expecting something big if Monero was making this flag, but it is just moving slow. We could be moving this way like the rest of the spring also, like, because we still making like some high highs, right? Some high lows, right? And start to make some high highs. That's the first high we made, right? After like almost 6 months. Let's see, not 6 months, 4 months, right? Since December, mid-December, right? So let's see, right? We just broke the previous high and then coming back down to retest the previous the most recent low just about this area. So we could be moving this way the rest of the spring, right? Just like that. Easy trend. But I wouldn't be happy if Monero makes this type of move. I want to see like Monero be very aggressive to the upside, right? Make those 10-15% move to the upside on weekly, at least weekly basis. Not like going 10% up and then 5% down, something like that. So but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna include Monero on my live stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be live tomorrow about like 2 p.m. Eastern time, so keep that in mind, right? I'm gonna send a reminder. So next coin we're gonna talk about is EOS. EOS BTC. All right, when you take a look at EOS BTC, it's pretty like I got the same setup like since last time, right? So I said EOS, I didn't like the way EOS was sitting just about this area of a double top. So but we broke it, come back down, retest it. So I thought EOS gonna be getting more strength. So but EOS still like struggling since BTC is pretty strong. So but you gotta think about it, right? EOS is not moving up versus BTC, but the dollar value of EOS is just moving as BTC. So it is pretty good. It is holding very strong. So what can you expect from EOS as now BTC, start like to cool down? You can expect like EOS to break this area, so and go back to like at least let's see. I would be looking at like at least like June high, right? Litecoin went back to May high. I would be looking at like EOS to go back like to June high and go back to all-time high at least for the short term, right? Because you gotta think about it, right? All-time high for EOS was like April, right? Late April. So hopefully like EOS can go back to all-time high before end of the month, because April 29th to 2018 that was the all-time high for EOS, right, on Binance. So but EOS is looking pretty bullish. Like it just follows BTC, man. Let's take a look at EOS versus the USD. EOS. And Binance recalculators. Okay. So you take a look at EOS versus BTC, right? I mean not BTC, but the US dollar. It looks exactly as BTC, so because it's just following BTC, man. It's not doing much, right? So basically following BTC since like EOS made that move. So but we already back to November high versus the US dollar. So let's see how EOS gonna be able to break this area, right? Let's see. Come on, right? Because you gotta remember, right? We spent like a lot of time just about this area, almost like EOS spent like almost like 4 or 5 months just about this area. So it's not gonna break it that easy, right? So we're gonna be accumulating just about this area. So just about there. So I think like it is time to be looking for the alt to break out. EOS did pretty well, man. $1.50 to like almost like $6. That's like 4x. So I think it did pretty well. So it is time to look for other coins like Ethereum Classic. I talked about Ethereum Classic the first day of April, right? I said like Ethereum Classic is seriously undervalued, and then it went up like 60% in the first week of April. So but I think like EOS gonna be moving sideways, at least for the short term, right? Unless BTC decide to continue to go up, and then EOS gonna keep following. But EOS doesn't have any strength right now to keep going by itself. It needs something to nice crossover though, but it needs something to pull, give it more strength. At least we get, at least for the short term. Otherwise we're gonna need a lot of volume. So the next coin we're gonna talk about is Stratus. Stratus BTC. Stratus got a very beautiful chart, man. I don't know, but Stratus is it is just beautiful, man. It made a same type of pattern as ZILLIQA dash NEBLIO, but it is something about the weekly chart of Stratus that is very attractive. I don't know why, but I think a big breakout to the upside for Stratus is coming up, right? So a beautiful, a beautiful uptrend, push to the downside and a sideways correction. It is holding pretty strong. You look at the R side, it's just accumulating price, just accumulating, no divergence, man, on the weekly time frame. And if you take a look at the price action of I think Bitcoin Cash, right? Bitcoin BCH ABC made the same, is making the same type of pattern right before the breakout, right? A big push to the upside, come back down, make like a 6 to 8 weeks of accumulation. Let's just take a look at BCH. We're also going to take a look at the Stratus, the hourly time frame, right? I'm pretty late, man. I'm pretty tired, so I didn't want to like record a a video and update and all of that, so I just decided to go live. So you take a look at the BCH, right? BCH made a big move to the upside, coming back down just about this area. It's probably 0.618. Let's see, right? Came back down to like 786. Nice accumulation. All of a sudden a big move to the upside, right? That's BCH, right? Bitcoin Cash. You go back to a Stratus, and that's a weekly time frame. That's why it's so powerful, man. You take a look at Stratus, right? Big accumulation move, right? Big accumulation move. A push to the upside, big accumulation move. Came back down like to 0.786 also, right? Same exact move, right? And as BCH, right? So you can expect, at least for the short term, Stratus, right, to replicate this move, right? I'm not sure if like Stratus is gonna get like a slow uptrend, right? Slow uptrend just like that. All of a sudden we're gonna get this big move, or we're gonna get this move this week. Because you gotta think about it, right? This move just about the selling pressure, right? We already got it right here last week, right? So basically either we're gonna get this small move, and then the next week we're gonna get this big move, or all of a sudden we're just gonna get this big move. But this big move is coming. It is coming. I just don't know when, but it is coming. So I guess it is time to be accumulating a Stratus, since the market been bullish like the last 8 weeks, and it's been people are just been accumulating Stratus, right? So the last 8 weeks, right? So it is pretty bullish, man. It is pretty bullish. So let's go ahead and take a look at the hourly time frame for Stratus. It is pretty amazing also. It is pretty amazing. It made something very special, man. Very special. Look at the hour, how beautiful the hour side is. So excuse me, I just had to cough. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. Auto. All right. You look at the accumulation move. The accumulation move, right, on the hourly time frame. Beautiful accumulation move. I think like something big is coming for Stratus. So we got this accumulation move, a double bottom, a divergence, a move to the upside, came back down like almost like 80%, right? Let's check it. 80%, man. The whole market retraced either 0.618 or 786, man. It's not a coincidence, man. Now we're making a double tap on the hourly time frame, so we're most likely going to make another 50% retracement just about this area. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see. Right, the last 5 hours, right, we made a big push to the upside, right? So let's anticipate a pullback just about this area, either 50% or 382, right? So maybe Stratus is just setting up something big for the on the lower time frame, and then all of a sudden, the next couple of days you're gonna see like Stratus with a 30% move to the upside, right? So but I'm keeping a close eye on Stratus, like on hourly basis, right? So I'm gonna be watching all these moves. I don't have any Stratus, but I'm waiting for a nice breakout before I'm gonna get me some. So but I'm watching it very closely, right? You got plenty of time, man. It's not even in rush though. All right, see, let's go ahead and take a look at Verge. Verge is looking pretty good, man. XVG. Hey man, if you're new to if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like and subscribe so you can get these updates. So if you've been following me the last 8 weeks at least, you should have at least 80%. You should be at least 80% up, right? So even though it's not a financial advice, but XVG BTC, you should be at least 80% up, at least. So you take a look at Verge, right? Verge just made the same move as look at Verge, man. Verge just looked like Stratus, right? On the 4-hour time frame. So the same pattern, man, the same exact pattern. I just switched screen, but the pattern of Stratus and Verge, they look exactly the same thing. So Verge is looking pretty aggressive, but we're getting some sort of rejection just about this area. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lower time frame, like 45 minutes. What's up, Royal Computer? You talking to me? Verge on the Verge. Let's see. On the low time frame, we're getting some sell-off right now, right? But it's only the second wave, so accumulation move 1, 2. Let's see if we're gonna get a wave number 5. We could be getting wave number 5, right? Could be getting another wave number 5, but most likely it's gonna cool down by tomorrow. It's already like, it went up like to, let's say 220, let's say 215, something like that, sats. So most likely after we get a wave number 5, we are gonna be cooling down, at least for the short term. But on the daily time frame, that's the most important thing. I don't want to be focusing too much on on the lower time frame when the market is pretty bullish. So just focus on like a daily and a weekly, at least 12 to 4 hours. But if you focus on 15 minutes, you're gonna be panicking. The daily time frame, the RSI is only 71. It's not even much. BTC is like almost 88. So Verge can go to 95, right? But it's just a matter of time. It has to do it very slow. But we got a big area of resistance, so just about this area, we got another resistance we're gonna have to beat, and after that, a 1-to-1 extension. So Verge is pretty aggressive, so when it wants to be, right? So you could be looking at Verge going at least to 285 before end of the spring, right? So the market is pretty bullish. So let's say 275 to 285, right, before end of the summer. That's my end of the spring. That's my target for Verge. Even though I don't own any, but I'm watching it very close, because the market gonna be cooling down after you can reassess, like which coin you're gonna be following for the next run up, right? Because you gotta remember, right, even though you don't follow one coin, you don't buy one coin, you just want to follow it, so you be familiar with that coin, right? So in case like you decide to buy that coin, you're gonna be familiar with the moves, because all these moves you're gonna repeat it sometime later, in the next, like, let's say next fall or so, after the next sell-off, we're gonna be repeating all these moves, right? All right, Royal Computer, you from India? Good. All right, so somebody asked about MCO. If you have like any coin you want me to take a look at really quick, because the live stream today is not going to be long, so most likely going to be very short. MCO, okay, I think it's Monaco, right? MCO, having MCO BTC, I think it's Monaco, right? Whoa, Monaco is making a big move, right? So I think it's Monaco, right? Let me correct me the name of MCO. I know I'm familiar with this coin, like back last bull run, but I forgot the name of the coin. MCO is making a nice accumulation move. So let's see, we got this accumulation move just about this area, right? We got this accumulation move just about this area, right? A push to the upside. Now we're getting a support just about this area. So I don't know what happened, like, and then we got all of a sudden got a nicer, it's not nice, but a big sell off to the downside. But finally we got a big support from a 50 and 100 EMA. So what we can expect from a MCO, we got a big support, right? We got a support, a horizontal support, you know, and a inclining support, just like that. So what I'm hoping, like, MCO not going to be able to break this area of a resistance. If not, because you got a double support, you think about it, right? You got a support from the trend line of your RSI, and then you got a support from the 50 EMA and then 100 EMA, right? Let's say we're going to be, at least we're going to retest this area. Hopefully we're going to break it and move to the upside, right? So, but it's not for sure, since it's turning bearish. You just got to be careful. I don't know if you're holding any or not, but you know, Bitcoin is pretty bullish. So if Bitcoin decide to go up, most of these coins, they're gonna, you know, go down versus BTC, even though like their dollar value gonna be going up, like I always said. So but you know, it is pretty bullish. You know, the only thing it is missing is just this right shoulder. You could be easily expecting a 1-to-1 extension if we had this right shoulder. But if you go to the lower time frame, you definitely got a inverted head and shoulder, right? Inverse head and shoulder. So on the lower time frame. So, and then, you know, a 1-to-1 extension is another, it is another 23% move to the upside easily, right? So, but you have to take a look at the lower time frame. Let's just go. Let me not be lazy. All right. All right, take a look at the lower time frame. That's 45 minutes, right? Okay, I'm just going to take a look at nulls, right? So like, when you take a look at the lower time frame, that's exactly what XRP is doing, man. A inverted head and shoulder fell and then coming back down to this area. So hopefully, like, this coin going to tell us how XRP going to be moving to the upside. So right, so inverted head and shoulder just about this area, right? Let's take a look at it. Like I said, if you go to the lower time frame, you're gonna see it just like that, right? Just like that. XRP came back to this area and then, you know, make this move. So let's see, hopefully, like, this MCO gonna give us a pattern of XRP, how XRP gonna be breaking this area, right? So all right, David, let's go ahead and take a look at nulls BTC before we call it a night. Nulls. I'm gonna be going live tomorrow by 2 p.m. Eastern time. The current time is just about like 3 a.m. right, 3:30 a.m. So, but I'm gonna be going live 2 p.m. Eastern time, next 12 hours, right? Let's say not 12 hours, 11 and a half hours. So wherever you are, so 11 and a half hours from your current time. I'm gonna put a notification on YouTube so you guys can get a reminder at least, right? I don't know why YouTube not sending out notifications. But you take a look at nulls, right? I was pretty bullish. I always talk about nulls and chain link. I say they move together. Nulls give you a nice bottom formation just about this area, just like Tron, right? But Tron bottom formation is more beautiful. So nothing against nulls, but I'm just saying, like, Tron has the most beautiful bottom formation in the market. So what I'm looking for, I would be looking for a crossover, right? Price is coming down, right? We got a big divergence from here. So I would be looking for nulls to get a support, because I was talking about nulls when nulls was like less than 10,000, right? I say, like, keep an eye on nulls, even though I didn't have any, right? I should have bought some, but I say, like, keep an eye on nulls. I like to keep like a very small portfolio. I don't like to have like too many alt, because sometimes, you know, it doesn't help me to stay focused. But nulls, you know, a nice ABC correction to the downside, right? Let's say we're gonna retest 0.618 at least, right? 0.618. That's not going to be good for nulls, right? 0.618 would take you just about another. If you decide to go bearish, it's going to retest 0.618, like almost 20% down, right? Not 20, but 15% down. So it's not much, man. The whole market, sometimes when the market is really bullish, coins, they go up and down 10%, like in a matter of like an hour. So 15% to the downside, it's not like, it doesn't sound much in crypto, right? When the market is bullish, it's just a pullback and another move to the upside. But we're holding strong just about this area of a 382. Let's say we break 382. I don't think like the 50% gonna hold, because it's not a support. Just about, we don't have any support, right? At 382. I mean at 50%, right? Retracement. The only area of support we got is just about this area, right? And that's where nulls is holding. So if nulls like doesn't hold strong just about this area of 382, we're most likely gonna come back down here before, you know, start uptrending slowly and retest this previous high before end of the spring, right? Because you gotta think about it, nulls went up like 3x, like from like 4x, I think 3x, right? From like, you know, 30 cents to like $1. So in a matter of like a week or so, right? So it was pretty quick. So let's see, that was like the first week of April, right? Not first week of April, but the first week of March, you know, to the first week of April, right? That's 30 days, right? Let's see how much it went up. It went up like, you know, 130%, man. That's 130. That was the time I started talking about nulls. Keep an eye on nulls and chain link. So keep an eye on nulls and chain link, at least for the short term. Dent. Is it DNT or DENT? So which dent we talking about? DENT or DNT? Let me know. DENT, because I'm following a DNT, and I know it is pretty bullish too. So dent has very low volume, man. So it hasn't been doing much, seems like it. A double bottom on the daily time frame, right? So which is pretty good, right? So double bottom, falling wedge. You can't beat that, man. A double bottom and a falling wedge, that's pretty aggressive. So moving below its area of a 50 EMA, I've been getting some selling off since like basically BTC start moving to the downside. Very weak versus BTC, no volume. So you could be expecting like at least since we double bottom in just about this area on a daily time frame, like around like a 30, you could expect like as not BTC cool off, like start going down. I would be expecting like then to start moving to the upside. But you know, according to like the chart, right, the way Dent is looking, it seems like it's very weak versus BTC. So but it is completely like a, you know, oversold. So at least for the short term, right, it is completely oversold, right? So we're just gonna have to wait and see how BTC is going to be correcting and then gonna react, right? Because definitely it's going to be it seemed like we were getting some reaction just about this area before April 1st, right? And all of a sudden, you know, BTC start going strong and then Dent is going weak. Let me see how much it is down. It is down like almost 35%. So let's say if BTC like remain silent, you could be expecting like Dent to go 50% up, right? Get back to this like last week of April, I mean last week of March, right? So that's another 50% move to the upside. So worth like, it was like paying attention, right? So because a 50% move to the upside is pretty strong in this bear market. So at least for the short term. All right, guys, if you're new to to the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe so you can get this notification. And then you know, I'm gonna be going live tomorrow, and then you know, you can ask me all these questions. You're welcome, Coin Lecture. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, man. AION, I like AION a lot. I used to follow AION. I remember when AION went like 10x, like almost 10x in like 3-4 days back in 2018, right? January 2018. So let's see. I already talked about XRP, Pundi. All right, Sierra, make sure to hit the like and subscribe so you know you get these updates. So guys, I'm just going to take a look at a Pundi, ETN, right, and XRP. So finally, and then tomorrow we're going to update the rest, right? So let's take a look at the Pundi. Pundi X. I remember Pundi X ICO. I almost got in, but I mean, I wanted to buy some, but I decided to wait. But Pundi X is making a nice move to the upside, a big flag, right? So that's a big accumulation mode. That's a very big flag, man. That's the same flag. That's the same flag. Who's making this? Not ICX. ZILLIQA. ZILLIQA is making the same flag, but the volume is too low, man. So you cannot. No, it's very low volume. Nice accumulation move on a versus BTC, right? You gotta think about it. This is versus BTC, so it's not like a Dent, right? You know, Dent was moving to the upside, BTC went up, and then it fell to the downside. But this one, BTC been moving upside since like what, April, and then it is holding strong, like, you know, only down like maybe 5% and then went back up. So that's a good sign, man. You gotta pay attention to these things. It's only, but it's down like what, 30% though. The chart is just not enough volume, but 24% up, and then we went back up. So you can expect like Dent to do the same thing, right? It's almost up like 50%, right? Versus BTC, what? Yeah, 50% up, like since the 4th, 45%. So these coins, they're doing good, man. They doing good versus BTC. So, but a nice flag. So you just gotta get some enough volume. Let's take a look at the volume. Corey Johnson, thank you, Corey. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, guys, so you know we can grow our community, because you're not paying me anything, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning. So let's take a look at the volume. Man, we got a big volume, man. So I was saying the volume is low, but relative to this coin, I mean, we just received like some huge volume, and then we still like on the same flag. So can you imagine, like, once we break this flag, at least we're gonna get a 1-to-1 extension, right? It's not a financial advice, but you know, a 1-to-1 extension, right? Once we break it, so we could, you know, go back at least like September high, right? But we gotta get the volume. It's not gonna go up with this you know, low volume, right? So, but it's a good sign, right? It's a good sign. It's a good sign. This volume is pretty huge, right? It's a good sign. All right, thank you a lot, computers, Royal, upside target, let's see. I would be saying like a 65% move to the upside, just about 30 sats, which is Pundi X, right? But it needs some volume, man. It's not going to do it without volume. You know, it's not going to do it without volume. It has to keep up this volume, right? And then you got to think about it, like the volume is pretty low, but seems like this is a pretty popular coin, right? So let's go back to the RSI. The RSI is looking nice, so it is following the price action, so it is looking nice, right? It is looking nice, no divergence, so we could easily get a big spike to the upside, right? Just like that. After a normal U-turn, a zigzag, we're gonna make a big upside, a big move to the upside, right? And then a follow through. And then the highest R side we got on for Pundi is just about like what, like 71. So the market is pretty bullish for Pundi to get like at least 80, right? It's a pretty new coin, right? So at least for the short term. So what coin is next? ETN. Yeah, I got 3% on my battery, so once my phone die, I wouldn't be able to read these messages. So ETN, and I'm let's see, ETN BTC, Electronium. Not enough history on. Let's check another. So I got ETN. Let me write it down. ETN, AION. Alright, we're gonna take a look at ETN and AION, right? Make sure to smash the like, man. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, guys. We gotta do this together. ETN, BTC, right? Hit BTC. Let's see if you got enough history. All right, we got better history. Whoa. All right, so ETN, right? Electronium, big divergence, just like that coin I just talked about. I think Dent. So from this point to that point, right? Same exact move, man. Same exact move. A big sell-off to the downside as now BTC, you know, start going strong. We were about to get a double bottom, but BTC messed up the whole pattern basically, right? If you take a look at it, we got a double bottom. BTC went strong, it went weak. There's nothing you can do, man. BTC is the king, so right. So BTC went strong, it went weak. So if you don't have enough volume, as much BTC like goes strong, you know, definitely gonna go weak. So you most of these coins, some of them they don't have enough volume because we on a bear market, right? But during the bull market, you know, they're gonna be getting like almost a, you know, 400 million, 500 million volume, right? So but a nice divergence, you know, it's not, I mean, we broke the divergence, right, from this area, right? We broke the divergence, so it's not a divergence right now. So we just have to wait, like hopefully just like XRP, we're gonna get this divergence, right? It is making the same move as XRP, just about this area, right? So on the R side level, right? Also a triple bottom, because XRP made a triple bottom, right? So most likely it's gonna recover if BTC like decides to remain silent, just about 52 to 55. Even if like BTC doesn't like hit 6,000, which is my ultimate target, I think like altcoin gonna go crazy, because most of the altcoins they on a bull flag. So and then they have to complete their bull flag, and after they complete that bull flag, you know, BTC gonna drag them down. But you know, alt are too bullish for BTC to fail. You know, I made that video like just about like, let me see, 2 hours before BTC breakout. I said altcoin are too bullish for BTC to fail, and then BTC just proved me wrong. I mean, not wrong, but right. So Electronium, okay, you like it, that's good. Well, 50,000 of them, okay, that's great. All right, guys, let me just take a look at XRP for Arturo Santos, for the last coin, right? XRP BTC. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, guys. If you're new to the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, so you know we can grow our community, right? Because you're getting this content for free, man. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. So let's just get a clean chart for XRP. On the weekly time frame, XRP hasn't done anything, right? We like, you know, almost 8 hours into the new week, and then we're about to retest this low, right? But you know, it's not a big deal, man. I think like we got a big support all the way, all the way down to like 6,000, 62 6200, right? So, and the next area of support you're looking at just about like 6500 if like XRP decide to go back to go bearish, right? So 65, let's say we break 67, we could come back down to 65. So I'm not in rush with XRP, so I think it's gonna do well. A 3-wave to the upside, retest this neckline, a double neckline, right? A double a right shoulder on the neckline, not double neckline. So let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, because we got some bullishness earlier, right? But XRP couldn't finish up the killer move, right? You take a look at the 4-hour time frame, right? A double bottom, a divergence, another push to the upside, rejection, coming back down. So we could retest this area to make another divergence, but I think they're playing with us. They know what they're doing. XRP gonna break out, not rush. So we could retest that area and get a divergence, right? BTC is pretty strong, right? So XRP dollar value is still gonna be going up. So that's the most important thing, right? So not the most important, but at least, like, you know, XRP is not going like 50%, you know, down versus BTC, at least for the short term, right? So all right, Sonny. So, you know, you want to support the channel, make sure to under the description, you got your you can support the channel through the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So just you know, you got that you know, BTC address on that. Also under the description you got the XRP address if you want to support the channel and support the you know, the effort, right? Thanks a lot, Sonny. All right, guys, we're just gonna call it a day, and then I'm gonna send a notification tomorrow 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'll make sure I'll notify you guys, and make sure to you know, subscribe to my, you know, what's my call it again, the Telegram. I got a Telegram group, so let me just write it down below. So make sure to subscribe to my private Telegram group, right? It's under the description. I'm gonna put it you know, under the description after the end of the video, right? Also on my previous live stream, you can you know, unless if you want to ask some question, you can join the Telegram group, right? All right, guys, thank you for watching, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, thanks a lot.